What's up with it? You watching a Big Mama TV? Yeah, we about to check out this video from the YouTube channel Bang Burn. And the title is What Happened to Nicki Minaj, the Fall of a Rap Queen. Yeah, man, that's a bull with it, man. I just seen something about Nicki calling out Rock Nation for owing them like 200 million or something. So yeah, man, Nicki definitely got issues with Rock Nation. It's crazy too, because not too long ago, Nicki yearly gig was taken and given to Meg. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think Nicki Minaj got hot about that too. Cold thing is too, they were supposed to be like in Queens this year. So yeah, Nicki Minaj was actually excited for the gig this year, you know what I'm saying? Because it was in her hometown or whatever. Somebody with some power pulled some strings and did something and got her taken off of the thing. So yeah, man, that kind of seemed a little personal or something. It's like another situation too where Nicki was getting like stalked and followed by like some fruity dude or something like that. And then like they end up being like all right a little bit, but then she found out the dude was employed by Rock Nation. So I think she started assuming they sicked him on her. And with them connections there though, man, I really don't blame her. Then it's another situation too where they got Nicki house squatted too. So Nicki really been going through some things with somebody. I ain't gonna lie, man, that squatting dangerous. Her husband could have been walking around the house with his thing on him or something. They could have busted in and thought somebody was in danger or something and took him out. So yeah, that was a crazy situation too, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what's going on, but it definitely seemed like Nicki been getting targeted lately. There's some real questionable things going on for sure, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I haven't checked out the video. Don't completely know what they talking about, but let's check it out and see what they talking about.
Nicki Minaj's career started like a rocket, blasting past competition and crowning herself queen of rap the moment she bodied Lil' Kim. For a whole decade, she was untouchable, stacking Billboard plaques, global fans, and pop culture moments like nobody's business. But in recent years, things took a chaotic turn. In 2025, Nicki found herself spiraling through beefs, lawsuits, and cryptic social media outbursts. The biggest shocker? Her explosive rants aimed at Jay-Z and Rock Nation CEO Desiree Perez. She accused them of ruining hip-hop, football, and even touring. Nicki claimed Jay-Z owed her up to $200 million in karmic debt from a streaming deal involving Tidal, a platform she supposedly had equity in when it was sold for $297 million. But fans couldn't understand. Why now? Why go nuclear in 2025 over something that happened back in 2021? Especially since she was still showing love to Jay and Beyonce in 2022. Some speculated the answer wasn't just business, it was personal and possibly financial. Reports surfaced that Nicki took out loans against her music catalog and tour profits, even adjusting the terms after her tour grossed over $100 million. So, when her husband Kenneth Petty's legal battles resurfaced, dragging Nicki's name back into a courtroom, people started connecting the dots. Kenneth Petty's past brought a dark cloud over Nicki's legacy. Back in 1995, he was convicted in a serious case involving a 16-year-old girl, and later failed to register as an offender when he moved with Nicki to California. That led to probation, home detention, and a swirl of headlines. But it didn't end there. The victim, Jennifer Hove, accused Nicki and Kenneth of trying to pressure her into recanting, allegedly offering her cash, legal help, and even having someone show up at her door. Jennifer ended up suing them for $20 million, claiming harassment and intimidation. The case was still active in 2025, with a court date looming.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Like personally though, man, I do think that was like a bad look for Nicki, man, for real though. And yeah, honestly, man, I still don't know how to feel about that situation for real.
All this put major financial and reputational stress on Nicki, just as she was making wild money demands from Jay-Z. On top of that, fans uncovered a TikTok live stream where Nicki was allegedly trying to figure out how to convert fan donations into a bar bank to fund music purchases. This wasn't broke behavior, but it didn't scream stable either. Then there was the issue of Tidal. If Nicki truly owned 3% of Tidal and the platform sold for nearly $300 million, she should have seen around $9 million. But she claimed she was only offered $1 million and was told to take it or leave it within 24 hours. Nicki channeled her anger into lyrics, referencing it in her track Fractions. The math ain't mathin', and her fans knew it. But some argued, what if her stake wasn't 3% solo? What if it was split among 15 artists? Then her payout might have been fair after all. Still, the tension kept rising. When Rock Nation picked Kendrick Lamar over Lil Wayne for the 2024 Super Bowl halftime show, Nicki went ballistic. She flooded Twitter with rants, calling out Jay-Z for industry politics, saying he blackballed Wayne and was full of ego and spite. Nicki framed herself as the only one brave enough to call him out. She questioned how someone like Jay-Z could be a face of prison reform while allegedly using shady industry tactics behind the scenes. Then she dragged Megan Thee Stallion into the mix, again. Their relationship soured after Megan collaborated with Cardi B on WAP, shortly after working with Nicki on Hot Girl Summer. Nicki unfollowed her, then dropped subliminals about drinking in clinics, heavily suggesting Megan pressured her to drink while she might have been pregnant. Megan denied everything, but the drama exploded when Megan dropped Hiss in 2024. That bar about Megan's Law hit hard, implying that folks were mad at laws protecting victims, not Megan herself. Fans instantly connected it to Kenneth Petty's situation. Nicki responded with Bigfoot,
Man.
mocking Megan's shooting incident with Tory Lanez. From petty shots to outright personal attacks, the beef turned ugly fast, with Nicki using live streams and IG posts to unleash hours of insults, even involving Megan's late mother.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I remember doing like a reaction of Nicki and Meg like feud or whatever, and people was going crazy on me. It was like, nah, they not feuding, they cool. They just did this, just did that. So yeah, man, I guess that video actually was on point or something, man, for real.
That wasn't rap beef anymore. That was war. While Nicki was clashing with Megan and going off on Jay-Z, fans started noticing how deep her history runs with controversial figures. People brought up her loyalty to her brother, Jelani Minaj, who was convicted of a horrific crime involving a minor. Back then, Nicki allegedly paid his $100,000 bond and even put up her homes as collateral. She stood by him until the verdict, claiming innocence on his behalf.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I don't know what's up with Nicki and these predators, though, man. Yeah, man, brother or not, you know what I'm saying? Like, you playing with kids, man, you cut off, like, off, for real, though. Yeah, man, I ain't down with supporting no predators at all, like, for real, though.
Years later, her alliance with 6ix9ine raised more eyebrows. Tekashi had pled guilty to involvement with an underage girl in 2015, and yet Nicki collaborated with him twice on Fefe and Trolls. Despite Tekashi becoming the face of snitch culture after flipping during a RICO case, Nicki stood by him. Her defense? She said she separates the streets from the music industry, and everyone else in rap was playing the same game behind the scenes. She even hinted that critics were being hypocrites because many of their own labels were led by people with questionable pasts. And that's where Desiree Perez's name entered the narrative again.
Man.
The CEO of Roc Nation once cooperated with the DEA in the 90s to avoid serious prison time, wearing a wire to help the feds. Nicki wasn't letting that slide. She used Perez's past as ammo, saying Roc Nation was built on shaky morals and that Jay-Z and Desiree weren't in any position to judge anyone. The bigger issue boiled down to trust, and Nicki felt played. She had promoted Tidal like a ride or die partner even after Jay-Z sold the company. In 2023, she was still publicly praising them for including her music in playlists, but something shifted in 2024. That's when Roc Nation chose Kendrick Lamar, Nicki's perceived rival through Wayne loyalty, as the Super Bowl performer. Nicki saw it as another slap in the face, especially since Wayne, her mentor, had never been given that honor. She took it as Jay-Z blackballing them both, and instead of staying silent, she lit up social media like a wildfire.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. At first, man, I was like, Lil Wayne got curved or whatever. But then when I started seeing like his newer performances like go viral and stuff, man, like Wayne was a mess, man. Like Wayne needs some help with some. Those viral clips of his performances was kind of, you know what I mean? Like he forgetting words up there, man. He just like super slow motion. Like honestly, man, Wayne just wasn't looking his best. It seemed like he been getting whooped by them substances or something for real.
She accused Jay-Z of using his image as a social justice warrior to hide behind corporate power moves. One man took a knee, the other took a bag, she tweeted, referencing Colin Kaepernick and Jay-Z's NFL deal. To her, Roc Nation was all image and no heart. She even shaded the annual Roc Nation brunch, saying the whole industry played dumb while the real dirt happened behind closed doors. This wasn't just about missing out on a check. It was about years of built-up resentment and betrayal. And once Megan Thee Stallion became Roc Nation's golden girl, Nicki seemed to spiral further, especially since she once gave Megan her biggest cosign. That cosign became a curse. After Hot Girl Summer, Megan teamed up with Cardi B, Nicki's longtime enemy, for WAP, which blew up bigger than any of Nicki's recent collabs. Nicki was done. She unfollowed
Man.
Megan, shaded her on records like Fractions and Red Ruby Da Sleaze, and then used her Queen radio show to accuse someone, fans knew it was Megan, of trying to push her to drink while she was pregnant, and even suggesting abortion. It got messy fast.
Damn.
When Megan dropped Hiss and included a line about Megan's Law, that bar stung. It was
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, that's a fool with it though, man. How you gonna tell somebody to get an abortion though? You know what I'm saying? That's kind of wild right there, man.
layered, cold, and hit on Kenneth Petty's legal status as a registered offender. Nicki's response? She unloaded everything. Live streams, tweets, freestyles, and even threats. She called Megan Bigfoot, mocked her gunshot injury, and claimed Megan was jealous, a liar, and a fake friend. She said Megan only sent her flowers after Beyonce did, and even accused her of using gay men for clout, in reference to an ongoing lawsuit with a former cameraman. But this time, the backlash wasn't all in Nicki's favor. People started wondering, was this the same woman who once said she wouldn't respond to haters unless they were on her level? Was this the same Nicki who told Lil Kim in 2010 to focus on her music and stop dragging other women down? Because in 2025, it felt like Nicki was fighting everyone except the charts. By 2025, Nicki's rants weren't slowing down. They were getting louder, longer, and way more direct. She started tweeting wild numbers, claiming Jay-Z owed her between $100 to $200 million from the Tidal deal. Fans were confused. How could she ask for more than half the sale price of a company she didn't even own a controlling stake in? But Nicki said it was deeper than business. It was karmic debt. She hinted that Roc Nation had used her, undercut her, and now it was time to pay up. She even promised to use that money to send her fans, the Barbs, to college. Then came the direct attacks. She came at Desiree Perez hard, saying she should be deposed, and implied her criminal past and pardon from former President Trump were being used to influence political silence from Roc Nation.
Yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie, man. That is a sketchy connection, man. What's up with Jigga with the police lady in there, though? You know what I'm saying? Like, man, you got an informant in here, and like, she a real informant. She down there like still working. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, Jay-Z questionable as hell, man. He supposed to be the hustler rapper or something. Like, man, hustlers and police don't go together, man, for real.
Like Jay-Z not backing Kamala Harris. She hinted that Democrats went after her over that viral tweet about her cousin's friend's swollen situation. Yeah, that one. Nicki was connecting all the dots. Government, music execs, industry brunches, and media outlets. In her mind, they were all part of the same machine that had turned on her while boosting others. She even warned content creators and blogs that she was coming after anyone spreading lies, turning her social war into a full-blown media crusade. Amidst that chaos, another scandal was brewing. Kenneth Petty, already on probation, violated terms by making threats toward Offset outside a hotel in New York. Petty's crew was reportedly waiting for Offset after the VMAs, where both Cardi B and Nicki were present with their husbands. The incident, which included threats caught on video and online back and forth, resulted in Kenneth getting slapped with 120 days of house arrest. This beef wasn't just between rappers anymore, it was bleeding into their partners.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. Like, not only he a predator, he vicious too, though, man. That's kind of crazy, man. I don't know the full details of his story or nothing like that. Just having a fender on your name, man, that's kind of something hard to look past and respect. You know, real ones in the hood, man, we gonna look at you certain kind of way. You got a fender on you, you know what I'm saying?
Homes and legal lives. Offset clapped back with a jet-setting video, while Petty's move landed him in deeper trouble. All of it stemmed from the never-ending Cardi versus Nicki tension. And that's what really made this whole saga feel different. Nicki wasn't just clashing with rappers. She was at war with an entire system. From former allies to corporate execs, her circle had shrunk, and her list of enemies was long. Cardi, Megan, Remy Ma, Lil Kim, Lotto, Mariah, Miley, and now even her own former business partner. At this point, Nicki wasn't just defending herself. She was going scorched earth. And fans started asking the same thing. Is this all strategic, or is she losing control? Ironically, one of the most prophetic moments came from Nicki herself. Way back in 2010, during her beef with Lil Kim, she said something that could have saved her from all of this if she just took her own advice. Nicki told Kim that when you're really winning, you don't have to respond to every single critic. You focus on your craft, stay on top of the charts, and let the numbers talk. But in 2025, it felt like Nicki forgot that. The same artist who once dominated the game now spends more time clapping back on Instagram Live than dropping consistent hits. Instead of guarding her throne, she's battling shadows, unearthing old feuds and accusing people of betrayal left and right. There's still no denying her impact.
Yeah.
She's a legend, but legacy doesn't just come from bars and bangers. It's also about timing, grace, and knowing when to fall back. Whether she's right or wrong about the Jay-Z, Rock Nation, or Megan drama, the bigger question remains, what happens next? Is Nicki setting the stage for a comeback, or is she trapped in her own maze of beef, lawsuits,
Man.
and online wars? One thing's for sure, this story's far from over.
Yeah, man, that's a fool with it, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. I'll be backing Nicki 100% if she didn't like support offenders, you know what I'm saying? For real though, man. She do got some weird little stuff on her, man. But as far as musically though, man, I don't think it's too many female rappers that really could mess with Nicki Minaj, you know what I'm saying? Especially like the earlier Nicki Minaj. Like Nicki Minaj made music where some dudes might even listen to some of the Nicki Minaj music, you know what I'm saying? She was barred out for sure. But when she went barb though, man, you know, the energy was a little different, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, you better not be listening to that. I ain't gonna lie, Nicki did have songs with like Gucci Man and stuff like that, and other rappers that was like listenable for dudes too, you know what I'm saying? Nicki had like a wide range of fans. I think she still get respect as like an MC, like, you know what I mean? Like a female MC. But she did start going girly, you know what I'm saying? Like songs that straight up for females for sure. Yeah, musically though, man, I think she was better than a lot of females in the game. And I ain't gonna lie, man, I think she should have showed Lil Kim a little more respect, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I think Nicki a legend for sure, but her character is a little questionable though, you know what I'm saying? Just because of her husband and her brother, yeah, man, she should have been supporting that on the low or something, because I don't know how to feel about that, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe. You watching a Babe Mama TV. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting. Until next time. All right.